Oh, 3, 2, 1.
I just caught a vibe with you, baby. Can't wait till I'm inside of you, baby. Waking up inside of you, baby. I just caught a vibe with you, babe. Can't wait till I'm inside of you, babe.
Welcome back, Powerheads. Here we are with a crazy edition of the PowerWatch, episode 9. Here we are, your boy Warhog in the house, your boy E-Dot, and Invisidil is always here. Never seen, but always felt.
I'm just glad to be part of it.
All right, so you know how we do this. You know how we start this off. I'm going to start off, displaying my Commander's edition mug, which is not exactly filled with coffee. Mount Gay, rum, and we got a little bit of rum and a punch, and rum punch mug. What you got, E?
I have got an amazing bourbon on the rocks over here, okay? Basil Hayden.
What you got down there, Dill?
I've got a can of Rollin' Rock. I feel ashamed.
You should. So at this point, we got to go ahead and give a big shout out to your boy E. It's his birthday coming up on Thursday, y'all.
Appreciate it, bro.
Shout out to what a birthday. How many centuries old are you?
Turning 32.
Wow, you are decrepit. I sleep in the crybaritarium every night, so I'm really only 24. Plus, I fill out my wrinkles. So your boy Vic, he's recovering in the hospital. You know, he's going through the flashbacks and getting Gloria hold out in her, gum area and whatnot. She was done. Flynn just pops up like devil. And he does remind me of the devil in a lot of ways. So he's up there and he's like, it was Tony Egan. And he's always on that tip, on that flow. And he's just trying to flip your boy. And he's like, nah, he tried to save us. He said, nah, he's just trying to lay back in the shadows and kill you all. He doesn't even know what to think at this point, but he knows he wants some revenge.
And the thing about it, too, is that had homeboy, Vic done what Tommy had told him to do, take the burner car that nobody knows.
Oh, damn. Ghost Rider shit.
Take that, get Gloria, get out of town. Vic would have never gotten shot at. Gloria wouldn't be dead right now. All of a sudden his dad's coming in talking about it was Tommy Egan. He's now confused because he's in the midst of, one, I got shot, two, I lost the woman that I love. He kind of almost spaces the fact that Tommy tried to get him out of that situation and told him what was happening.
Yeah, but I think kind of what happened was actually going to be felt, but then Paulie popped up in the picture and kind of ruined it because not knowing the full size of things. He didn't really listen to the whole conversation between Tommy and what Tommy said, fuck yourself, with a big sign. He just came up saying that, he was invited into the family. And the part to me that should have clicked into Vic's mind was, didn't Tommy just tell you he met with your father?
He told you he met with your father. And then on top of that, right after that, he's saying, hey, look, this car is untraceable. Take this. You and Gloria, get out of here. And all of a sudden, you don't do what he said do. You take your own car because you're skeptical. And now you're shot, Gloria's dead, and you're still allowing your father to come in here and say it was Tommy Egan. Like, you're a pawn, is all you are.
There you go. He's not standing up at all. And he was always one of your favorites anyway. You said something just 5 seconds ago where I was like, I never heard it termed that way, but that was a pretty dope term. You said the burner car. Where'd you get that from?
Oh, the burner car. I just came up with that. That's what it was.
I like that, the burner car. I like that.
Yeah. But he also said he was like clean title, like everything's good, like
GPS ripped out.
No GPS. But it's a burner car. Just like a burner cell phone, don't got no GPS on it, can't trace it. It's a burner car.
But it's even better because you can ride in that motherfucker.
It is. It's better than a cell phone.
Your boy is meeting with D-Mac, and D-Mac is like counting out the money and making disgusting comments on money, which is like nobody ever wants to hear that about money. Dirtier than the toilet seat. And he's like, come on, man, show me that beautiful mind. 8.255, And he comes down to the calculations with the percentages. And he's like, man, you got such a big future ahead of you. Go ahead and stick with this for a little bit and then get out because there's nothing but a bullet waiting for you at the end. And he said, I know somebody else who was good with numbers just like you. And then your boy D-Mac was like, well, what did he do? He said, what I do. And now he dead. Ghost moment. So we gotta bring his boy in every episode. Gotta do it.
That's the only thing that got him renewed.
We got JP, he's sulking because Miriam, bought the farm at the last, and he's like, man, I just keep losing pieces of myself that I had, you know what I mean? So he's thinking about his son, Darnell, doesn't know he's D-Mac, and he's thinking about Miriam, who just passed away, and he's thinking about Kate, who he never had any relationship with. And later on, he calls Kate, and guess what? Ghosted. And not Jamie St. Patrick ghosted like tumbleweeds, like whoosh.
She hung up the phone and he was blocked.
Oh no, she got a new phone.
Got a whole new number.
Tommy is like tripping and stuff. He goes back to the spot. He is still the whole time he's trying to call Gloria, check in on Gloria, and he's getting nothing. It's going straight to voicemail. So Lilliana, she pops up in the spot and she's like, oh, you got my favorite. He's like, no, it's for something, not nutrition. What was that shit say? He said, camouflage, not nutrition. So basically, she was like, oh, okay, but I know something's wrong with you. And then so he was like, nah. And then so she was like, okay, so what are we gonna do? And he's like, is making her drop right now. You're gonna go ahead and drop stuff up north. You want me to roll with you? And she's like, nah, I'm okay. He said, you sure? I got you. And then she's like, oh, ain't that sweet? Want a hug? So I'm thinking one of two things. She's fucking with him, or Lilliana ain't had nothing in a minute, and she's bouncing back and forth between JP, who she don't know what his deal is yet. I don't think she does. I don't think she's even picked up on it yet. And Tommy, she might actually be trying to flirt with Tommy, even though she doesn't fuck right.
Obviously, JP was a type. Jannard was a type too. She was kind of giving him some play as well. I think she probably really don't. I think it's one of those safe bets. Like she knows she can flirt with Tommy and never take it any farther than that. And neither is Tommy. So it's like a fun thing to just kind of shoot little flirtatious things at someone who is never going that direction.
Okay.
I'm not saying I've done that before, but
no, never. All right, let me get my choir robe out the back. Bust it down for you, Ave Maria. Girl Claudia, she's sitting out there. She's watching somebody jiggling. And that's that chick that earlier was the redhead that came on and set Vic as the mark. And, she ain't got that much, but she's jiggling in it. And girl Claudia's like, I like watching you. So your old girl's like, I like being watched. So they bust a slob. Next thing you know, it's like hot skirts hiking up. And we get a phone call from who?
Us.
But known now as
the devil.
Also known as Da.
Oh, Da.
Da.
Yeah.
Like Vic's going die, everybody's die. Their own country, you know what I'm talking about. She's like, get out the car. And the chick is like, what? We about to get down. She's like, get the fuck out. And, girl's rolling back to the crib. She finds out from Flynn, it's like Vic's busted up. He kind of over exaggerates the damage that was done to Vic. He's got some scrapes.
Yeah, through and through.
Did he? On the chest?
Give him his credit. He hit it through and through in the shoulder.
But in the shoulder. Maybe it's a power thing. Well, it wasn't. It was on his chest. That's the problem. And
it missed the lung. It missed the lung by a millimeter. You know how they do. It missed the lung just so ever so slightly.
Ooh, what? Oh, this is the anatomy lab. You want to speak to Eric? It was the lung, nigga. That's the problem. And the thing is, it's like it went through the lung. You don't know what's up in the chest ever.
Greg, it missed his lung.
Sir, the top of the lung is here, the apex.
I know, it missed it.
It expands like that. He had a hole here.
It caught right there in the shoulder.
No,
it missed his lung by a millimeter.
No.
I know a pneumothorax when I see one.
He needs a tube.
It's a powerism, Greg. Fuck, it's a powerism. It missed the lung.
Powerism. Got it.
Thank you.
I'll accept that as a powerism. Well, anyway, he didn't get hurt. So that's the point. And your boy is like jazzing it up to Claudia. And Claudia's like, she's like, Tommy Egan caused it. And then Claudia, of course, is like, what? She's like, that doesn't make any sense. And then so he's like, he's a schemer and shit like that. And he would have killed Vic a long time ago. And the two things that seem to be echoing throughout this entire relationship, or the whole script today, he loved Gloria. Tommy would have killed him a long time ago.
I was about to say, yeah, that phrase got said a lot of times.
Paulie. I'm starting to call him Paula. I don't know. Paulie, because he ain't no vote. So we got Paulie. We got
even he said it. He was like, if he was gonna kill him a long time ago.
Paulie. We got Claudia has said it.
Claudia. Tommy said it.
Everybody but Walter Flynn said that shit.
Yeah. And if Gloria was alive, I bet you Gloria would have said it too.
Probably. He loves me. That's decoration, not nutrition when it comes to the cereal boxes. And by the way, I just have to say, I am highly disappointed in the choice of cereal boxes. I'm not recognizing any of those brands. There's no Count Chocula. There's no Blueberry or Frankenberry. And I'm upset.
These were EBT brands. They got to act like they don't have no money.
Is that like truck stop cereal?
Yeah, it's like truck stop. Like
there you go. Now it makes sense. No, he bought it at Lowe's.
Food stamp cereal. You know, it's all off-brand.
Don't get sued brand. All right, got you.
Submitted for your approval. We have fact checkers here at PowerWatch have advised us that we missed one. There was a box of Lucky Charms, which is pretty appropriate considering all the Irish hell is going on right now.
You know, Paulie, again, he's like, he really loved that girl. Walter Flynn, here's the deal. All this time, he's stressing to everybody else in the spot that, oh, it's such a tragedy, it's such a tragedy. And then as soon as Paulie says it, when he doesn't have to bow down to Paulie or trying to twist Paulie in any direction, he's like, whatever, talking about Gloria's death. So now you know, okay, something's up with this dude. You know, he's full of shit. All right, so meanwhile, Tommy's tree boxing. Remember, EU like that term. He's tree boxing outside of Dr. Parker's, and he's still looking for her. Can't find her. So then what's happening is your girl, Claudia, meets out with Vic outside on the pool. Vic is convinced, you know, and then Claudia's like, he's a plotter, he's a schemer. This makes no sense. You know, why would he do anything like that? He was like, oh yeah, he came to me, man. I don't believe any of that. And then she was like, wait a minute, he gave you a
burner card.
There you go. Ding, 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 ding. So you used the burner card to get out of town, right? And then he's like, no, I didn't trust him. And it's like obvious. It's like, she's like, and you got popped. And then he's like, no, he was scheming the whole time. You know, you don't understand, men do irrational things. And that was some bullshit. It made no sense.
None at all. Because why would he kill? Because at the end of the day, he would never set up something that was going to kill Gloria too.
So meanwhile, your boy D-Mac is out in the street. Somebody jumps up on him. Who is it?
It's his boy that double crossed him.
Definitely double D crossed him. So he was like,
motherfucker.
double D crossed him like a sports bra. He's like, I feel real bad. You know, they shitted on me. And he's like, yeah, that's what you deserve. And so he tries to walk by. He's like, no, man, I love you. I want to make you right. You know, hit me. And then, so he's like, yeah, okay. And he goes to punch him and shit like that. Your boy doesn't stand still for the punch. He jumps back like 6 blocks. Damn, you weren't trying to get hit at all. Your boy laughs it off and they look at each other and all that stuff and they sitting back. He's like, don't worry about it. You want to get back at CBI? He's like, I got you. So then they got plots and schemes.
Yo, and might I say, speaking from an anatomical standpoint, D's jacket, and no, not D's nuts, stop it, E, is dope. They got the radius and ulnar in the lower part below the elbow, and above that, they got humerus. I'm liking it.
They go to Gary, Indiana, and, you know, everyone is really, no one consults Tommy, who's like blew this whole thing out of order. No one consults Tommy on anything. And he's a kid, and they go up there with no guns, no backup, by themselves. And as far as Cousin Buddy knows, no problem. Cousin Buddy is hot. Possibly part of it is eating a little too much Dahlia, even though that whole tube is almost left. Yo, what y'all trying to do? Y'all trying to smoke me? What's going on? I'm gonna kill all of y'all. And then so he's like, well, wait a minute. Your boy Jannard came up here and he gave you that little tube. He's like, did he give you this? And then your boy D-Mac just whips out a whole what?
Yeah, a whole brick. Here's the thing, and this is one of the reasons why I truly believe that it took so long for this show to get, you know, re-up for a second season. Is because Tommy's character doesn't get the same respect that Ghost got. And we're seeing it. We're seeing people going behind his back and doing things. And a lot of it just has to do with the fact that, like, Tommy, is ruthless of a person as he is, he also doesn't run he doesn't run an iron tight ship. He's very loose with, you know, with how he runs his operation. And that's what he needed Ghost for. And I think that lack of discipline in this whole industry is what has kind of also led to why it took so long and why 50 probably almost pulled everything off the platform. And that's the only reason why they renewed it.
Besides the fact that it's the most popular Power series so far. I like this series. I like it better than Kanan, the early joint.
I like it better than Kanan. I like it better than Kanan for a lot of aspects, but I do think that raising Kanan brings a story, because Kanan's character wasn't really talked too much about. It brings a story that people wanted to hear, whereas Tommy was a factor the whole power. So sometimes it's like, oh, we're gonna watch it because we love Tommy, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, but what is this series really giving me? It's not doing what it was supposed to do.
Your boy Wachowski just pops up out of nowhere, and he's like, blah, 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 I need another 50K by Friday. And it's probably Thursday, knowing this mountain. Your boy's like, I can't do that. He's like, you can come up with it or I'm gonna rat on you. So basically what's happening is he's like, oh crap, I gotta do what I gotta do. So next thing you know, your boy Dom is coming into the spot. He's got a gun to his head. And then he's like, take me to the safe. And then so they go downstairs and he's like, look, man, pow! He got a pistol whip out of nowhere. And then he's like, just give me the money. So your boy Diamond goes in there, man. He's like, I understand where you're coming from. You know, believe it or not, you know, we wanted the same things coming up. And right now we're on the same side of shit. So then he was like, you know, just give me the money. He's like, how much do you need? He said 100,000. So he's like, here's 150. I'm starting to think at this point, back in the back of my head, it's like they're like Frenchie and Bogey's character walking off at the end of Casablanca. This is gonna be a beautiful friendship. So I'm thinking that they came in from here and then they're gonna come in from here and then he might use or need him later.
I was gonna say, do you wanna hear my prediction on that?
Go.
The reason why I gave him 150 is because he's gonna get Jannar hemmed up one way or the other because he already heard that conversation earlier. So either it's gonna be I already paid you an extra 50 to take out Jannar, or I already paid you an extra 50 to find some reason to get Jannar arrested.
Now you're jumping ahead to the coming attractions, and I like it. It's all right. Because you're the birthday boy. We got some type of black hooded characters kicking in the barbershop. So my thought with the predictions on that was that he's setting up Jannar to go ahead and take the fall. And it's like some crazy Twilight Zone reverse of fates where he's out running CBI and Jannar is behind jail where he was for the last 15 years.
I think that's definitely going to be the case because obviously on that, you're not going to have a character that is as sympathetic as Diamond could be in his character and have his brother off him and take over the business after he got out of jail.
Submitted for your approval. Fact check number 2. Apparently, paparazzi from the street have gathered further information with new angles of photography and let us know that the characters on in black who kick in the barbershop, we can always see is one of them is Blackston and one of them is Jannar.
He overheard that conversation when he was upstairs. They didn't even know he came into the barbershop. They was blabbing in the basement. He's like, fuck my brother, man. You know, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move him out. We're going to take him over. We got to do what we got to do. So he knows everything now. He's super salty about it. And basically, we seeing somebody walking through the nice little wet, slick down garage, dragging a baseball bat like, Jannar, come out to play.
Warriors.
Like, clink, clink, clink. All right, the 4 horsemen are showing up. They go ahead and meet with Claudia, Flynn, and Vic. And then they end up letting Vic run point. And I don't know, he just sounds like a schoolboy, man. I swear to God. And so he's like, yeah, this is what we're going to do. And we're going to wipe out all the Serbs. Definitely going to get Tommy Egan. Now, they feeling some sort of way because what happened was your boys playing all these seasons out and everybody thinking it's like this. I'm going to really have to work hard to convince these motherfuckers, my kids, that this is what's going on with Tommy Egan. But meanwhile, what happened was he called up to Claudia because she'd been ducking his calls. And she's like, did you set him up? And he was like, no, this is why I didn't. And then what happened with Gloria? And then she could see that he was torn up behind finding out that Gloria was dead. So she was leaning one way or the other. Now Claudia just going crazy. She rolls up on the serve spot with a gun.
This is what's known in the medical profession as suicidal ideation.
They didn't show her gun. She was hiding behind that big fiberglass lining with the home fiberglass installation thing on her jacket, looking like lapel, looking like the Wiz.
Shoulder pads.
All right.
She played for the Commanders.
Okay. Eat one. Just before she got there, your boy Tommy had gone to Diamond. You know, this is what I mean. You know, they coming down on me. They think I killed Vic, blah, blah, blah. They bringing in the 4 horsemen, which somehow Lilliana found out about. Her ears to the street like mud. Basically, he's like, you know, I need help. And your boy Diamond again turns him down. It's like 2 times in a row. And he's like, you know, I ain't gonna be able to do that. You called in your marker, blah, 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 but good luck. And he's like, well, I had to ask. So, you know, he's only left with one alternative at this point. So he rolls up in the serve joint. Now, suddenly we have Merkovic Light. This is not the Merkovic heavy, double dark, triple brew Merkovich we met the first time, who's just smoking, fellow countrymen jumping out of the limo. This dude is like looking nervous. And by the way, it's a horrible acting job by old boy because he looks scared like shit. So, and there's 2 different scenes he does. But he goes ahead and he tells Tommy, he's like, what do you want? And then Tommy's like, I need a bunch of men, a bunch of guns. And he's like, going to cost you. How much is it going to cost me? $1.5 million. He give me another $500,000 if you go ahead and tell me who smoked Gloria, because she didn't deserve it. At first he's like, nah, we don't do that. And then he's like, okay. So he goes over to the twin and he's like, you know what? I'd like to, I killed your brother, but I didn't get to see his face. And old boy's like, fuck, bam, the hammer. And he's out. So your boy comes back with the money, and that's when Claudia sees him from around the corner. So she goes back to die. And she's like, it's true. What's the setup? And then, so, it's like everybody's convinced now. Everybody's on board. And they meet with the Force Horsemen. T tries to, one of the leaders, Ian, tries to downplay your girl Claudia. Your boy Flynn steps up and is like, nah, you're going to need her intelligence if you're going to survive Chicago. Your boy gets back to the spot, and he wants to go ahead and tell D-Mac in a nice way, what the real deal is. But then D-Mac pops up and he's like, yo, we just opened the pipeway to Gary and Diana for Dahlia. And then so he's like, oh, what? I hate you didn't run past anybody chase you? And so your boy D-Mac is like, oh man. So he's like, look, man, I was trying to do this for you. And he's like, look, man, I know who you are. I know you the one that shot up the club. I know that, you are JP's son. And he's like, what? And then so he hits him with it, and so he pulls out on him, and he's like, you ain't gonna kill me? You're not a killer. I'm your Uncle Tommy.
I'm your Uncle Tommy.
Uncle Tommy, not to be confused with Tommy Boy or Nephew Tommy. Yo.
JP's your dad. We're family. We gotta look out for each other. So, of course, your boy is like, and he tries to run away and what happened. And he comes back, they kick it. But meanwhile, Jannard and Blackston kind of put everything together because they got a little call from Gary and Diana. Somebody ratted out, and I don't think it was Cousin Buddy. And they're like, we're going to kill him.
I don't think it was either. Yeah, I don't think it wasn't either.
Because he wants some money.
He said, bring me 3 more and we good.
Yeah, and the Connect. Let's sit down with the Connect. Then, they trying to roll out car drives by. Now, we don't know who the shooters are, but Tommy got one of them, and one of them got your boy D-Mac. Now, he got him in his colon. So that's a bitch right there. And that was anatomically correct. Wait a minute. Got a call for you, E. Anatomically correct. So then
he's gonna have a colostomy bag.
So he's rolling up on the hospital, carrying him, and it's looking funny like shit because he's about twice the height of Tommy. And then so he gets him in there, and then he calls your boy JP. JP shows up to the hospital. He's like, oh shit, looking at the blood on it. He's like, it's not mine. He's like, you remember the kid that shot up your club? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, it's him. And so he's like, so live by the sword, die by the sword. And he's like, no, it's your son. It's like, how long you know this? And he was like, I known it, just, was waiting for the right time. He's like, the right time would have been immediately. Now, when my son is dying.
And I hate to make light of this touching moment, but doesn't your boy PJ look like Sam the Eagle, the angry Muppet from the Muppet Show, the first angry bird ever?
And then so he rolls in the hospital, and he has this evil Muppet look on his face when the door's closed. So, because especially since he's back in the hospital again, not good memories for that kid. And no. So they roll out of there, and then Tommy's feeling really bad, and we just went ahead and we shoot to the next episode. So we already talked about a couple of aspects. Diamond dragging the baseball bat. Tommy pops off to Vic, and he's like, you ready for war, kid? And he's like, it's a war. Hooded figures, they rush the barbershop. We talked too. So we talked about the possibility of how they might flip it.
And the question is, where is Two-Bit? He is in the IMD for season 1 of Power. He has not been seen yet. How we going to work him into the last episode? It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So signing off from your boy, the Warhog, your boy E-Dot, yes, sir. The birthday boy, yes, sir, yes, sir. And your boy Dylan. Go ahead, fellas. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Eric. Happy birthday to you. Don't be standing next to no Tommy Egan.
I've got a can of Rolling Rock. I feel ashamed.
You should.
That can of Rolling Rock is definitely more manly than a glass that says Commanders on it.
And
so
meanwhile, I'm not only hosting this cup, but I'll be hosting that trophy this year. You know it. We got Carson Wentz, who he showed up with the Jaguars, but guess what? That's the fucking team curse, because guess what? They lose to the Jaguars every year, no matter who the QB. So we go ahead and we jump into the game, and they'll edit the fuck out of all of that.